Welcome back. In today's tutorial, I'll show you how to create card flip animation in Figma. And let's begin. Add a vertical rectangular frame. This will be our card. Adjust the size as needed. And round the corners for a smoother look. Now, let's add a background color to the card. You can go with any dark tone. I'm using a rich dark brown with a subtle gradient for added depth. I've already prepared the elements we'll need: the main character image and the content for the card. I downloaded the character from FreePic and removed the background. The content was generated using ChatGPT. Copy the character into the card frame and adjust its size. Next, create a rectangle with a darker shade that complements the card background. Place it over the lower part of the character to act as a content container. Add a soft gradient. Round the corners and apply a light stroke to define it. Now, let's add the character's name. I'm using the Gilroy font for a clean, modern look. Place the text behind the character. Change its color to white and reduce the opacity to blend it into the background. This adds a stylish layer of depth. Next, create a circle with a slightly lighter shade than the card's background. Add a layer blur effect and set the blur to 48 pixels. Duplicate this circle and place it behind the character to enhance the visual focus. Adjust the size and opacity to balance the composition. To support the visual, duplicate the character image, increase its size, and place it in the background. Reduce the opacity. This adds a nice atmospheric layer behind the main subject. I'm also applying a background blur to the character name for a soft, glowing effect. Now, let's add a decorative shape. Draw a rectangle. select the right anchor point and stretch it outward. Do the same on the left. Round the corners for a pill-shaped look. Copy this shape into the frame and place it just above the bottom section. Change the fill to white, reduce the opacity to 10%, and apply a background blur for a frosted glass effect. Finally, add a color fill. I'm using a red gradient and adjusting the direction to create a shiny, reflective feel across the card. Also, adding a yellow gradient to the shape and adjusting the angle for a smooth flow. Now adding a soft stroke, lowering its opacity and giving it a gradient for extra depth. Dropping in a subtle shadow and a light glow to make the shape pop. Next, adding content, setting the role as Assassin in white to stand out. Finally, adding a clean subtext to complete the card. Now I'll add the remaining visual elements to the card. You'll see this part in fast forward to save time. And that completes the front side of our card. Next, let's create the back side of the card. Start by duplicating the front card and remove all the elements except the light blurred character image. Center this image in the frame. Now, add a title to the back card. I'm naming it Strength and using a bright yellow color to make it stand out. Next, I'll copy the content I generated earlier using ChatGPT and paste it into the second card. I'm setting the font to Gilroy, changing the text color to white, and slightly reducing the opacity to maintain a visual hierarchy. Now, both the front and back sides of the card are ready. Select the back card and flip it horizontally to create the reverse side effect. Align both frames to the center and position the back card below the front one. Then, select both cards and group them into a frame. Now, duplicate the entire frame. In one of them, hide the front side and leave only the back side visible. Flip it to create the flipped state. Select both card states and click Create Component Set. Now let's add the interaction. Select the front side, drag the interaction arrow to the back side, set the trigger to While Hovering, and choose Smart Animate as the animation. Finally, create a new frame and place the card component inside it. Click on Prototype to preview. See how smoothly the flip card animation works? It looks great and adds a professional touch. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Figma tutorials.